Good morning. This is call number 2020-36018 in the interest of Dylan Alvarado. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn and unmute yourselves.
Señora Amaya, quita el mudo. Levanta su mano derecha.
Derecha.
Oh, sorry.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Que juras que el testigo que vas a dar va a ser la verdad, solamente de verdad.
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Por favor, di su nombre completo y qué es su relación con el niño.
Mi nombre es Wendy Janet Amaya Jandre y soy la madre de Dylan Alvarado.
My name is Wendy Amaya, and I am the mother of Dylan Alvarado.
And counsel, your name and who you represent.
My name is Minerva Ramirez. I'm appearing for Angelica Landa, representing Miss Wendy Jeanette Amaya.
And baje la mano, señor.
Okay. Gracias.
And representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Andrea Eoff.
And what are we doing today, Ms. Eoff?
So, Your Honor, we were not able to get service on the non-custodial parent on our petition today, but Ms. Ramirez has a cross petition and she was able to obtain service. And so she would like to move forward on a no answer default on her petition, and we have no objection to that.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Oh, they're not present. AG is non-suiting. What is your case? What have we got?
So there's an acknowledgement of paternity on file. So the parent-child relationship has technically already been established. We are in agreement with the terms of Ms. Ramirez's order and would happily sign it.
What was your initial suit?
Our
What was the
initial suit
title?
would, let me get the title. Just 1 second, Your Honor, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Original petition and suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Was filed June 16th, 2020.
All right, the court will note that the non-custodial parent, Jorge Moises Alvarado, was personally served on mother's cross petition on January 4th, 2022. Has not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Ms. Ramirez?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
We'll have a default hearing as to the cross petition.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I translate that to my client?
Yes.
Señora Maya, el corte está notando que sí, que el señor Alvarado sí recibió noticia de esta petición, de esta demanda, el día 4 de enero, el año 2022, que sí vamos a ir adelante con el petición de usted, que se llama petición de entregar órdenes sobre niño y padre, y vamos a ir adelante. Okay.
All right. Go ahead and proceed, Ms. Ramirez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Petitioner calls Wendy Amaya. Estoy llamando para ser testigo la señora Wendy Amaya. Miss Amaya, you and Mr. Alvarado executed an acknowledgement of paternity with regard to your child, Dylan. Señora Amaya, usted y el señor Alvarado firmaron un documento de paternidad, que es un legal documento entre el niño Dylan. ¿Es cierto o no?
Sí,
Okay. Y así es que, so that you know that he is the father and there is a relationship between father and son. Así es que usted entiende que hay una relación legalmente entre el señor Alvarado y tu niño Dylan Alvarado.
sí,
Are you asking the court to name you the managing conservator or the sole managing conservator regarding your child Dylan? Si usted está pidiendo que el corte debía nombrar que usted sería la persona que tiene todo el poder sobre el niño Dylan. Es la pregunta.
¿cómo no lo entendí bien?
Que usted está pidiendo al corte que te da todos los derechos de poder sobre el niño Dylan Alvarado.
Sí, estoy pidiendo eso.
Has Mr. Alvarado had any contact with the child since July of 2014? El señor Alvarado ha tenido contacto con el niño Dylan desde julio de 2014.
No,
Has he helped you co-parent in raising Dylan? ¿Él te ha ayudado a hacer decisiones sobre el niño Alvarado y ser un papá como papá del niño Dylan?
no,
Is that the reason that you're asking that you continue to have all the decision-making powers with regard to your child? Y eso es razón que usted piensa que debiese tomar todo el poder sobre las decisiones del niño Dylan Alvarado.
sí.
Do you know anything about what Mr. Alvarado does for a living? ¿Usted sabe lo que el señor Alvarado hace para mantenerse?
Sí, es sobre venta de carros y que arregla aire.
Yes, I asked her whether or not she knew anything about what Mr. Alvarado did for a living. Her response is yes, he sells cars and he makes repairs to air conditioning. Do you know what he earns? ¿Usted sabe lo que él gana?
Realmente no sé.
So knowing that you don't have any information, are you in agreement to use a minimum wage presumption?
Okay,
Así
hold on. The question was, does she know how much he makes? And the answer was no. Okay, go ahead.
correct.
And for the record, let the record reflect that I am bilingual and understand what she's saying, but it does need to be interpreted. And every time she has answered C, that means in English yes, and no, that means in English no.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Honor. Thank you, Honor. Señora Maya, así es que usted está en acuerdo a usar el mínimo para calcular su sostenimiento.
A ver, repítame, no lo entendí.
Usted está en acuerdo que vamos a usar el mínimo de que puede ganar alguien para calcular lo que debía pagar por sostenimiento o mantención el señor Alvarado.
Sí,
So my question is whether or not she's in agreement that we use a minimum wage to calculate child support for Mr. Alvarado, and her answer is yes.
Okay.
Señora Amaya, usted está entendida que el calculación para sostenimiento de hoy adelante será 217 por mes. Miss,
Okay.
The question is if she's understanding that the calculation for child support ongoing is $217 a month, and her response was okay.
¿Entendió eso, señora?
Sí,
Okay. Go ahead.
Are you also in agreement that you will continue to provide health coverage through the Medicaid program? Usted está entendida que vas a seguir entregando seguranza para niños abajo del programa Medicaid.
Sí,
So I asked her, her answer is yes, with regard to the health insurance. Señora Almaya, usted está entendida también que el Estado está pidiendo $57 por mes que el señor Alvarado tiene que pagar por el médico.
sí,
So I asked her whether or not she understood and was in agreement with the amount of $57 for the medical support as requested by the state of Texas. And her
Yeah.
answer is yes. Since October of 2017, Ms. Amaya, has Mr. Alvarado provided you with any support for Dylan? Señora Amaya, desde octubre de 2017 hasta hoy mismo, ¿el señor Alvarado te ha dado dinero para mantener el niño? ¿Sí o no?
no,
So my question, her answer is no, he has not provided any support. Miss Amaya, are you asking the court to grant you retroactive child support from October 2017 to the present? Señora Amaya, usted está pidiendo que el corte podía ordenar que él te debe de atrasado desde octubre 2017 hasta hoy.
sí,
Her answer is yes. Is the amount calculated of $13,053 the amount that you're asking the court to grant? El cantidad de $13,053 es el cantidad que estás pidiendo de atrasado, sí o no?
sí,
Her answer is yes. Ms. Amaya, was this amount calculated based on minimum wage? Señora Amaya, estamos calculando esa cantidad usando también el mínimo de que alguien gana en este momento, ¿sí o no?
sí,
Yeah, her answer is yes. With the, let's see. Señora Amaya, también estás pidiendo que el corte te da el permiso o el poder de tener el poder de aplicar por el pasaporte del niño y a poder viajar con el niño fuera de este país, ¿sí o no?
sí,
So my question is whether or not she's also asking the court for the power to apply for passport provisions and to be able to travel with the child outside of the country. And her answer is yes. Estás pidiendo también que, let me ask you in English first. Are you asking the court to protect your address information? Señora Amaya, ¿estás pidiendo que el corte debía proteger su dirección abajo del orden?
sí,
What is the reason? ¿Qué es la razón que quieres eso?
por el motivo es porque cuando me llamaron, cuando él me llamó, me dijo que una mujer de él me querían echar a la cárcel por el papel que había llegado de la corte.
So my question was whether or not she was requesting her address to be protected. Her answer was yes. The follow-up question was what was her reasoning, and her answer is that after that he had a woman call her and threatened to call the police on her for sending the documents with regard to the case to Mr. Alvarado. Señora Maya, ¿él te ha amenazado o te ha pegado en el pasado?
No,
My question is whether or not she has been threatened directly by Mr. Alvarado or whether or not he has struck her before, and her answer is no. Are you in fear of Mr. Alvarado causing you harm in the future? ¿Usted tiene miedo que él te va a lastimar en el futuro?
no,
Her answer is no. Are you asking the court to approve everything that we've discussed so far? ¿Estás pidiendo ahorita que el corte apruebe todo lo que has testigado?
sí,
Her answer is yes. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Eoff?
I have just one question, and Ms. Ramirez, I'm comfortable with Ms. Ramirez translating this. The only thing I didn't hear is if Ms. Amaya plans to have the child visit with his father through the SAFE program under supervised visitation.
La pregunta es sobre el visitante. La licenciada IA se está pidiendo que si usted está pidiendo que el corte de ordenar visitante abajo del el programa SAFE.
No.
Okay.
Her answer is no.
And if so, what sort of visitation does she plan to have the father exercise?
Entonces, ¿qué tipo de visitante quieres que el corte orden sobre para papá?
Pues yo realmente no quería que lo visitara, pero la pregunta que me hizo al principio de cómo es, qué tiempo es que tiene que visitarlo.
She said her answer is, in reality, I really would not like for him to visit the child at all. But but the program you mentioned before, what is that program and how often would he see the child?
All right.
All right, let's recess for a minute because we need to you'll need to maybe discuss that before we put that in the record. And by the way, I'm not going to order a non-disclosure. I don't believe I don't believe the facts call for that at this
All right.
time. Just the fact that somebody threatened to put her in jail doesn't mean that, I don't think that's enough. But anyway, I'm gonna recess for a minute and let you all discuss whatever visitation orders may be you're requesting or asking to be in effect. Okay.
Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Thank you.
I've got another hearing, so Maria's going to put you in a room.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Perard, you're handling the Jones matter.
I am, Your Honor.
All right, parties are present by telephone or video.
I believe they're both by video, Your Honor. So if parties can unmute themselves and connect to video.
All right. We got Ms. Jones. Please unmute yourselves and turn your video on. Is Mr. Munoz involved in this matter?
He is the child support officer who negotiated, Your Honor. So he's over just for once the order's concluded or the hearing's concluded.
Okay, he is what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
The child support officer who
Child
negotiated,
support
Your
officer.
Honor.
Okay, all right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Jones, can you turn on the light? All right, this is cause number 2022-07025 in the interest of Brain Jones. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So help me God.
Miss Jones, did you hear me?
Yes. So help me God.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Shaniqua Jones, and I'm her mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Sanu Muhammad Ibrahim. I'm her father.
All right, and representing the state attorney general's office.
Andrea Perard.
We have an original petition and a suit affecting parent-child relationship with an acknowledgement of paternity. We're having a hearing, is that correct, Ms. Perard?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And do we have any stipulations?
We do, Your Honor. The parties are in agreement that the child will remain on government medical assistance, and that will be covered by the mother. And they are also in agreement to a standard possession order in regards to the possession and access. So that just leaves for the court to determine the type of conservatorship, joint versus sole. The child, I apologize, Your Honor, they also agreed to no retroactive support. So that is also an agreement. So again, the issues are conservatorship, the type, the child support amount, and the medical support amount.
I have no problem with conservatorship. I just would wish that if I'm allowing him to, have that type of access to my child, that he communicates more, because we don't talk when it comes to visitation and all of that. I was in agreement to not have to do child support. I wanted to work something out with him, but he gives me nothing, so I don't know what else to do. So this was yeah.
Okay, was there an agreement as to possession and access?
There was, Your Honor, a standard possession order.
All right. So is joint managing conservatorship an agreement?
Yes.
All right. So the only issue then is child support and medical support. Is that correct, Ms. Brewer?
I believe so, yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, the state would call Ms. Jones. Ma'am, in regards to the child support and medical support, you're asking the court just to set child support based on the guideline amount pursuant to the family code. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that was based on the income that we've been able to obtain that Mr. Ibrahim provided to us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You have to say yes or no because it's being recorded.
Yes.
And by our calculations, that child support amount would be $481 because Mr. Ibrahim does have one additional child that he's court ordered to pay child support for. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And that the health insurance cash medical reimbursement to the state would be $154. And that would go to the state for the Medicaid. And that's giving him credit for one additional child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I believe I passed this witness at this time, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ibrahim, do you have any questions of Ms. Jones?
Not at the moment.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Berard.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would call Mr. Ibrahim. Sir, you currently work at A1 Personnel. Is that correct, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, where are you currently working?
I work for the 7th Vision.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
The 7th Vision?
7th Vision?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you provided our child support officer your most current paycheck stub today in court. Is that right?
Correct.
And when we calculated it, we determined that your average monthly gross is $3,426.53. And you agree to that that's the correct amount. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And just for confirmation, you do have one additional child that you have a court order for that you're paying child support for. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And so you understand that pursuant to guidelines, your child support for this child would be set at 17.5% of your net. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in regards to our request for the cash medical, you don't have private health insurance available to you, do you?
I do.
Okay. But you have requested and y'all have agreed to continue the child on Medicaid, is that right?
I suppose so.
Okay. So the state requests, instead of the 9% maximum for cash medical support obligations, we only request 4.5%, which is the $154 based on your gross income. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So giving you credit for the cost of that $154 that the state is requesting.
What's the date today?
Then your child support amount and giving you credit for the additional child, your child support should be $481. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And you do not agree to either one of those numbers. Is that correct?
Honestly, that's fine.
Okay. And you understand that both of those obligations will begin August 1st of 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I pass this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, do you have any questions of Mr. Ibrahim? No?
No, sir.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Berard?
Nothing further, Your Honor. State rests.
Anything further, Ms. Jones?
No, sir.
Anything further, Mr. Ibrahim?
So as far as visitation, are we going with the standard?
That's my understanding.
Which is okay. Super. I don't trust him alone with my child.
Oh, here we go. All right. So you're not going.
Yeah, no.
You're not in agreement with the standard
No, I
possession
don't
order.
visiting her, but I want to be there, or it has to be supervised. She's
Well,
1 year.
that's not the standard possession order, ma'am.
Okay, well,
Was
yeah,
that was that not explained to you?
when I was talking to the other guy, I told him that I don't trust her being alone with him.
All right, we're going to recess so we can have some negotiations regarding possession and access. Let's put them in
Okay.
another room.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes. Maria, if you can put them all in the room with Mr. Munoz.
Close all rooms on this thing. Or just exit out or.
Close all the rooms, you're ready.